but she's back now.
Well, she says she didn't really go missing. She just didn't want to interact with the people who were looking for her.
What her family viewed as missing, she said, was really Kelly putting herself in isolation, and she was in isolation because of COVID. And what's really strange now, she's has come forward. And you're going to hear her explaining what she was going through. We knew her family had told us last week when she went missing, they believed, that she had been battling COVID, that she was in the hospital, and that it had been bad, but they thought that she'd been...
You listen to this, because you're not going to believe how bad this was.
Going into the hospital, I'd actually had COVID for over a week, but my conditions were progressing in the wrong direction. At some point, they lost me. I died. And the next thing, it was some days later, I remember waking up in ICU and the doctor asking me if I remembered what year it was. I was able to go home with oxygen. I suffered a lot of internal damage. And so I have a lot of rehabbing to do before I am able to be what I like to call concert ready again. I was never missing. I was in my home. I was being seen by doctors. Everyone in my family knew exactly where I was. And I have to say that it's really disappointing that things came to this.
When she says things came to this, I think she's talking about her family.
Yeah, there's clearly a rift in her family that family members aren't really being forthcoming about. But it's very clear from what Kelly said that, she's claiming they knew where she was all along. And that's odd because they're the ones who went to the media saying she's missing.
Not only the media, they went to the police. I think people also got to understand how deep this went. She's still listed actively as a missing person according to police because of the accounts of her family. And according to her, what they filed and what they claimed to the police was completely inaccurate. So this went pretty deep. And I think once you hear kind of what she's saying, she went through and dealing with COVID and now also trying to get back, because you also said, you heard her say she's not concert ready, meaning she's not singing the way that she was. That's her livelihood. That's her life. After losing people, and now you kind of, everything that you used to be able to do, you can't do anymore. You got to rehabilitate. There's a lot of mental rebuilding I'm sure she's going to have to do, as well as physical. So she thought this was the best thing for her. And I don't think anybody knew how much of a rift there was with her family.
I had more to say, but I wanted to be nice.
For the first time, and
didn't want to get my ass kicked off.
Very shocking at once. It's a lot to take on at once, just hearing it from the outside.
Lauren, here's the clear reason you can tell that there's a huge rift in this family. She told you that she died in the hospital. Well, when we spoke to the family, they said, yeah, she had a bad battle with COVID.
Yeah, they had no idea.
Nobody mentioned, so either they didn't know that had happened, or she didn't tell them. Either way, that's a huge thing to happen in someone's life.
I think that there was some stuff that they knew, but they didn't want to let up on it. But she went straight, and she literally laid it all out there. I think she felt like at this point, because so many people have been speaking for her, she wanted everybody to know everything that was happening, so people could kind of understand why she just upped and decided to remove herself from people that we thought that she had spoken to every day. Even speaking to her sister. She said that they haven't been in the same room since their mom's funeral. That was not the account.
Look, she almost died. And as she says, in a way, she did die.
She did die.
And then was revived. Yeah. So what it does is it raises an issue, obviously, we should talk about for a second, which is that people who are vaccinated almost never experience what she went through. We asked her lawyer if she was vaccinated and just didn't get an answer. So we can't tell you one way or the other, but typically that doesn't happen to people who are vaccinated. And as you listen to it, this is not just, oh, I got better. She said she still has a lot of problems.
Which is the case. She started to break. She got very emotional when she realized what she still has to go through.
Yeah, so it's not over for her.
Hello, hey guys, this is Keisha, aka Miss Kane 09 from Boston. I just think it's unfortunate when you have family members where you are on the brinks and things are going amiss and people are trying to either get money or just get a story out. I think it's really unfortunate you have to hide yourself from your family and from the world, from people, just to keep your business secret and for you to heal. She's in the healing process. So we should just let her heal, and prayers out to Kelly. And we wish you the best. We want you back on that stage, girl. We love you.
Yeah, no, she wants to go back. It was very clear. She's certainly not ready yet. We're going to move on. All right.